Hey, everybody, I'm Rob Riggle. Welcome back to Riggle's Picks.
Oh, sorry, I almost stepped on you, dude.
That's all right. Let's do it again. Hey, everybody, I'm Rob Riggle, and welcome to Riggle's Picks.
I'm Darren Leader.
Yeah, with me as always.
Dude, I feel like a cool co-pilot.
That's right. You are an assassin.
I'm riding shotgun in your awesome car. You know what I mean?
Well, the awesome mobile.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your superhero name? What would your superhero name be?
Night Shadow.
Night Shadow.
Yeah,
Night
Shadow.
What's your superpower?
Now you see me? No, you don't.
I don't even know if I can continue because the hand movement was so good. I didn't see you for a second.
That's because I used a little touch of the magic. Here's the thing. My superpower, whatever you want to call it, is I can blend into shadows.
Night Shadow.
Night Shadow.
So if it's nighttime, you can create a shadow too?
I'm at my best at night.
I don't even know how to handle you anymore.
Yeah.
You just leveled up.
By the way, this is no lie. Copyright. No.
Trade right?
Copyright, trademark, Rob Riggle, and Rob Riggle Incorporated, and Rob Riggle everything. So I own all of Night Shadow now.
Dude.
Don't even.
That's amazing. I love Night Shadow.
Claire? Did you? Yeah.
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 Dude, when people go to your movies, they're not going to clap. They're just going to go.
But throw it high. You got to throw it away.
Almost like dice.
Yeah.
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 Dude, Rob Riggle is Night Shadow. Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
In a world where nighttime doesn't have shadows, now there is one.
What's wrong, baby? I thought I saw something over there.
He's here to protect.
Watch out, bitch.
He's here to save.
Get down, bitch.
He's here to take your girlfriend.
What's up, bitch?
Night Shadow. Coming into theaters near you. That's
sold.
God.
I want all of that. Give me that movie.
Give me some of that merch.
What do you think? Hey, Ryan O'Quinn is joining us.
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan, what'd you think of that movie?
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
See, Ryan gets it.
Yeah, Ryan gets it. Ryan has vision, though. Ryan has vision.
We call him ROQ for short.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What's up, ROQ?
What's up, bro?
Our special, I was going to say our special guest is actually here.
What?
That we haven't talked about.
Oh, God.
Dude, we have a guest.
Okay, we have a guest.
Who is it? I know who it is.
Okay, I do too.
You know him.
Yeah, he's one of my friends. I love this guy. He is unbelievably talented, funny, charming. He's got all the stuff that you and I got.
Yeah, he's got what Night Shadow's got.
He's got what he probably should be Night Shadow. If I'm being honest.
Let's bring him in.
Yeah, let's bring him in. There he is.
Oh my God.
I don't know what they do. I guess they make us wait a minute or two.
No, hey, we're here. Will.
I guess that's their whole thing is they're like, oh, let's make wake, and you know what I mean? But I'll find it.
Hold on. I think, Claire, I don't think he can hear us. I think he's... Will. Yeah. Hey, Will, it's us.
I just actually what ended up happening was that the rash spread because it started right underneath.
God. Maybe we should mute it. He's talking about a rash.
You know?
He's talking about Will.
Hey,
Hey, buddy.
Wait, now how do I sound, you guys? Do I sound weird?
You sound deep.
You sound like Christian Bale doing Batman.
Yeah.
Hey, now it sounds okay, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's my microphone. Now hang on a second. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. Guys, I'm gonna take apart the internet.
No.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Fucking get ready. Hey, by the way, if you have a gun, go grab it.
Hang on. I'll be right back.
Oh, my God.
This is the greatest interview of all.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
There we are, right?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, there you go. Problem solver.
Nice try, Bill Gates. You're already tracking me. I know
he was trying to AI you in some weird way.
He didn't get it, though.
He didn't do it.
He and Tony Fauci have been trying to get me for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But you're in
Well, here's what happened. So we all know we're going to get to base truths, whatever. So 9/11 is an inside job. So
Jesus.
you guys are.
Wait, who told you about our podcast? Did someone tell you that we're like conspiracy guys or?
Well, so I was talking to but Bobby Kennedy had spoken. Bobby Kennedy and Joe Rogan called me with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Oh man. So that's
Wow.
okay.
Okay.
That's so hey, by the way, everybody.
By the way, it should be noted, all jokes aside, I like some of those people.
Yes.
You decide which ones.
Yeah. Oh, it's choose your own person.
Yeah. I'm not
I
gonna
like
tell
it.
you who. But none of those people can get mad at me because there are a couple that I like.
Yeah. Absolutely.
When you say it that way,
maybe two.
you cover them all when you say there's a couple people I like,
Yeah.
and you can't be mad.
No. God no.
You cannot be mad because you don't know if it's you.
By the way, I just want to say welcome, Will.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you. Sorry.
It's so nice to have you on the show, and I'm impressed with your problem-solving skills already, right out of the gates.
He's a tech team and an actor, writer / producer, director, entrepreneur.
That's right.
Well,
Thank you for
let
that.
me just say, if it were to come to, and all bits aside, and obviously, hopefully, it never occurs, but end of days type scenario, right? Sort of an Armageddon-ish
Yeah.
thing. I like to think. I don't want to pull rank and shit, but I'd like to think that me and my tiny Allen keys.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Look at
that's
that.
it.
That's a whole set.
That's a whole set of tiny. and
That's a whole set of Allen wrenches.
Look at this Allen. Look at this tiny, the smallest one.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that?
That's a toothpick. That's not even an Allen wrench.
You can fix watches.
I could.
You can fix watches.
That makes you timekeeper, which makes you
That's his superhero name,
timekeeper.
the Timekeeper. He's got Allen wrenches.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I like this. By the way, Will, it looks like, speaking of Armageddon, which we all are hoping doesn't happen.
Of course, yeah.
We all are on the same page with that. But you do look like you have found yourself a command center there. You're in a bunker of sorts. Looks like heavy reinforced rebarred concrete.
It's like a panic room.
It looks like you have a panel in front of you with multiple screens, multiple monitors.
Minority Report.
Yeah, it feels.
Well, it's just hotspots. It's global hot. I've got global hotspots, right? So I got, there are a bunch of different theaters of operation. Obviously, Eastern Europe. I'm not a ding dong. I got Eastern Europe is being monitored at all times. I got the Middle East. That's been on, forever.
Yeah.
So I'm checking. Yeah.
Can I ask?
Now, sorry, the thing that's really I just caught my eye was the Sea of China because everybody's building up islands over there.
Yes. Yes.
And
you're right.
Trade and just various things and sovereign. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm having a great day.
Yeah. Do you just monitor, or do you influence? Do you do anything in those regions?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can ask.
Man,
Maybe don't ask.
You're right.
Let me just because it's a double. Let me just say, sure.
Okay.
That's
message. Hey, message received.
Yeah, we got you.
Message received.
Okay.
Gotcha. Will.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. I haven't physically seen your face for about a year and a half, maybe, or just a year.
It's been I forget
Which one was it?
Just over a year and a half ago when we did the Lego program.
Yes.
We had a lot of. Can I just tell you something?
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun doing that show. I have
You should. It's a great show.
It's a great show. Families love to watch it.
Yes.
And one of my favorite things, people are like all the time, like, oh, we watch it as a family, me and the kids. It's our one time we get together. So it's a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun to make, and we have great. But old Double R rolls into town, old Robbie Riggle. And he and I had ourselves a heck of a good time.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
We did.
A lot of which was not able to be used.
But
full disclosure.
Good times. It was like the old days at the UCB Improv. It was just old times, good times.
I wish that could be seen.
I know.
Everything's so like carefully modified for the family.
Yeah.
F the family.
Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. Let's not go after.
I mean, that's weird. I get it. But at the same time, it would be cool to see the real stuff.
So you know what I do appreciate though, Will, was after that aired, everywhere I went, people talked about it. People had people stopping me to ask me about Legos, and because it's not just as a entertainment show. People that are into Lego are into Lego.
It's a religion.
Yeah,
yeah.
and so they were fascinated, and that was the gift that kept on giving for about a year. I would have people ask me all kinds of questions about it, and also I won. I'm a champion, so I don't know if that, no big deal. Don't make a big deal about it. But being a champion of Lego, there's a status that you achieve, and it's really amazing.
Right. Yeah, I think that's true. I think your status. I wouldn't have thought that your status could have been more elevated. To be honest.
Thank you. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And but then when you did that, and I thought, oh, it's kind of one of those things. Like, oh, there's another stratosphere.
Yeah. I got to be honest. That's rarefied air, and I had never been there.
Yeah.
And I lost it a little bit for just a little while. It kind of went to my head. I really started behaving badly.
Yeah. I heard you started knocking people out of drive-thrus.
Oh my God! You know he was. I've never seen you like that.
I went. It was, but that's how you learn, right? You learn through these experiences. And I realized that's too much. It's too much juice, too much power for me.
Yeah.
Being a Lego champion. And you're right. There was a time, there was probably about a 3-week stretch there where I was just going through drive-thrus and throwing shakes back at people.
Yeah.
They'd give it to me. They'd give it to me, and I'd take a sip, and I'd say, "You call this milkshake?" And then
It got. By the way, and again, I'm not telling anything that's not already public knowledge,
Yeah.
not already out there. But it got so bad that people were snapping photos of folks working at drive-thrus, and they were covered in milkshake, and they just wrote, and the headline just said, "Guess who again?"
Yeah.
Again, I've made my apologies. I did a big
know you
apology
have.
to her.
I know.
I did a big apology to her, and I meant it. It's not like I didn't mean it. I meant it.
Yeah.
I was sorry about that.
I know.
But again, that's the power. That's this. When you talk about that kind of rarefied air, that's a whole other thing. But I live and learn, and I'm glad to be here with you.
Good
And
for
I want to
you.
thank you for the opportunity to let me be on that show. That was a blast. It truly
Yeah.
was.
We really had a good time. We had a good time. Hey, and Darren, you know what?
Yes.
Your name never came up.
I love that. I love that because the way that I've
Good.
seen
I
Rob.
know it was meant as a compliment. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Because I realized that when I saw you, it was meant as a.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, that just makes me feel good.
Hey.
Appreciate
knuckles.
that.
Give me some knuckles on that. And yeah.
Sorry, that's not true. One time I mentioned you, and Riggle kept going like this.
Yeah.
He does that. But I think he's kidding every time he does that. He does that.
I
But
respect.
I
I respect his anonymity.
Yeah,
And
I think that's what it was. Right. That's what I sort of picked up on. It took me a second, and then I went, got it.
That I appreciate that. Thank you for respecting the privacy, and you guys are awesome for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Will was trying to say it. I was like, no. So,
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Thank you.
You are also. Everybody knows your work. You're as an actor, a comedian. If they haven't seen your face on the screen, they've heard your voice in so many countless things, to include Lego movies, to include Reese's. Whenever I see it, I hear your voice. I'm always like, oh, it's so smooth. It's like peanut butter
And chocolate.
and chocolate
I know.
together. God, dang,
amazing.
it's so good.
Well, obviously that came about because I had heard about the accident at the peanut butter factory when somebody dropped the.
Yeah,
Tragic.
I'm not gonna.
it's okay. I'm sorry, we don't have to go there.
This is you know what? This
Somebody
is
dropped
this
the
is
chocolate
good.
in the peanut. In the
Yeah.
peanut
This
butter.
is a good time for him to do this.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to trigger anybody.
Yeah.
But it was a powerful day. It was a day that changed history. We can all agree on that.
No doubt.
And
Sure did.
No doubt.
anyway,
Wait, can we just take a minute?
Oh, good for you, dude.
yeah. Thanks, man.
Good for you. I
Um,
love it just out of frame. Just pull out a little bit, and there's a dude just like on a scaffold, and it's to him, right? Just out of frame.
So one of the only good things that came out of COVID was your podcast. was Smartless, with Sean and Jason and you.
Whose idea was it?
Because it's so satisfying as a listener, and you guys are such great improvisers, and it's so fun to listen to you guys do bits and play and the way it's structured. I'm like every other person out there. I just enjoy the hell out of it, man.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks. Yeah, that was one of those. Boy, talk about dumb luck. I've had a lot of dumb luck, and that was one of them. We agreed that we were going to do a podcast the week before COVID started.
Copy
Keep
that.
Yeah,
Keep that.
yeah. I'm putting parentheses around it.
I just want people to see how real I am, you know?
They'll get it. They're gonna get it.
I don't know if they will.
They will. You got a bunker.
You know. But I was just telling my assistant, put out something that shows people how real I am. So we were going to do a podcast, and we started doing it during that first little bit of lockdown there. We just started recording episodes, and we were like, is anybody going to even, this is nothing.
Yeah.
What a bunch of ding-dongs. And then people started listening, and we're like, come on, really?
But you're entertaining. You got to know they're going to listen. I mean, you guys are funny guys. You play well together. You do bits better than anybody.
Yes.
So
I don't know about, but we knew that it would just be fun. Like, we were kind of entertaining ourselves. You know what it's like. You're going, and when you go on and you're doing whatever you're doing, a show or a movie, you're kind of like, I just want to entertain my buddies around me that I'm working with.
Yes.
And that's
it.
That's it.
It's some of the best laughs and the most enjoyable times I've ever had are the green room bits, man. The green room bits are the most pleasing thing in the world.
They really are. They absolutely.
And
right.
it feels like that's what you guys are doing. It feels like you're all sitting on the couch in a green room just riffing, and it's always gold. It's always so pleasing.
Well, what's fun about it is that we don't prepare. Obviously, the conceit is that the other two guys don't know who the guest is, whoever brings the guest on, and we really adhere to that. We don't. That's not just a bunch of BS. And we start rolling the moment we log on. Right? The moment we start rolling, so there's no preamble. We're not like, hey, let's make sure to. We just go, and sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's okay. Yeah.
But it's real, and
It's
that's what people gravitate towards too.
Yeah, it's real.
You know?
And we get real sometimes. We get a lot of moments. We'll get really real.
Yeah, and that's good. That's what any good conversation, especially an entertaining one, it has all the elements. You know, it has all those moments. That was just fantastic. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite episode or a favorite moment from the show that you look back on and go, that was actually really cool?
Not necessarily. They're all. I mean, getting to no matter who you are or what your bent is, interviewing a president, is pretty cool. Let alone one sitting and two former presidents at the same time was rad.
That's nuts.
That's such a rare. That's a historical opportunity.
Is gnarly.
So we had three. So we had a sitting president and two former presidents, and both the former presidents were two-term presidents as well, right? Yeah. So that's one of those, and Rob, you guys know what it's like to have those moments where you're like, I'm just a kid from Toronto. This is crazy. This is happening. Yeah. I call my dad. Yeah. And I'm like, you can't believe I was in the room, and I don't care what they did, just the fact that they were, it's crazy. Like that, the novelty of that kind of stuff has not worn off for me. It just hasn't.
Good. Good. That's what makes it special, because the audience can feel that.
I have a question about that.
And my worst moment was obviously with Conan O'Brien. Anything that it had to do with Conan O'Brien. It's just a nightmare.
That guy, I'm telling you. That guy. Oh boy.
He is a monster.
He's a beast. Yeah. As soon as the camera's off, he is throwing. He's throwing hands. People don't even know that. They think maybe he yelled at you, or maybe he's coarse, or maybe he's cold. He throws hands. He'll go after you.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
No, it's not cool. He's a really naturally angry person, and I don't use that, but he's a naturally angry person. He's really selfish. You know,
Yeah.
and
Well,
and he's a habitual. And I know you shouldn't talk about people when they have issues with stuff or whatever. He is a habitual litterer. He litters.
I've never seen a guy take one bite of a sandwich and throw it away on the floor.
On the floor, he opens his car and throws plastic trash bags out his car window.
I've seen him do it. He walked up to me with a hoagie one time, took a bite, threw it onto my feet.
Wow.
Never broke eye contact with me though.
Really?
The whole time. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
that's when I knew. I was like, this guy's for real.
That's delusional. And you know what I said to him? I said, what's your thing? What's your passion? You know what he said?
Oh God, I can't even.
Microplastics.
It's a weird one.
Wow. And I believe him, you know?
So do I.
Yeah. He is not to be trifled with.
No.
When it comes to that.
No.
Yeah. And it's so interesting, though, that you have a similar experience.
It is really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's also validating. So I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like a support. Good to get the support. You know?
Conan appearances. That's when I was just starting out at the UCB in New York. One of the first gigs I got was doing little bit characters on Conan. You know, those little, they called them U5s, under 5 lines. Under 5 lines, and you got paid a certain amount. If you went over 5 lines, you were in high cotton.
Cash and
I mean,
checks.
you were making some money. I was buying drinks for everybody that night.
Sure. But those kind of gigs, right? Those kept the lights on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And they were just, you know, you were doing television. You
were on it,
and you were on stage with Conan and his writers, and you were learning and
like an all-star cast of writers.
Yes.
/ performers.
They were all a murderer's row. They really were. Love that group.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the podcast. Did you have any plans to do any more tours? I know you did that. Was it Netflix or Amazon?
It was Max.
Max.
The gang over at Max.
Yeah, love those guys, by the way, and they were very smart.
Shout out to the gang at Max.
What's up, Max?
Yo,
Max it time. Max it to the maximum.
Max attack.
Again, just give me a.
You're so street.
I'm very street. He knows that.
So street.
I know, and very spiritual too.
Mm-hmm. Spiritual street.
Like a spiritual, like a street spirit. You know what I mean?
I throw a lot of it upstairs, man. I'm not gonna lie. I throw a lot.
It would be
of it
great
upstairs.
if they ever did one of those sort of like, you know, those every once in a while they try to make a movie. You'd be good at like, or a series of like a guy's like a real street preacher. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Man, he keeps it real.
Rob Riggle, street preacher.
Yeah. I think Will knows I did a character like that. It's never mind. Darren doesn't know me. We just met recently, but we're good friends. So don't let that.
How long have you two known each other?
Jesus.
Why you say it like that?
I don't know. It's just I think about it, and 10, 12 years.
It's been a baker's dozen, as some people would say.
Oh, that's 13.
That's 13. Yeah.
That's 13 years. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 13 years, dude.
Yeah. This is our bar mitzvah.
We are men now.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Nice. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
See how we did that?
You don't? Yeah.
I don't what?
No, nothing. Nothing. I appreciate the support. It's tight.
I do.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yes. God, I love this. I love it.
Are you guys at the Delta Lounge right now?
Yeah.
I want to say yes so bad.
So bad. You do, I know.
So
It looks like the
bad.
Delta Lounge.
We are at the Delta Lounge, and we bring our stuff with us.
I was just at the Delta Lounge at JFK last weekend and didn't look dissimilar to that. I'm just saying. They didn't have podcast microphones. I will.
By the way, I don't know if you saw, I'm wearing a Fantasy Camp
Yeah.
T-shirt from the Royals because I attended Fantasy Camp with the Royals. You're a sportsman yourself.
Sure.
I'm not making things up here.
No.
You're a sportsman yourself. You've been a sportsman.
I love watching sports.
But you're a golfer. I know you're
Yeah.
when you're talking to two golfers here. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Darren is shockingly, he's a 3 handicap.
No, right now I'm a 5.
He's a 3 handicap.
What's your you're a 5 index?
Yeah, I'm a 5.3 right now. I think. It was good. It got real low. I got to 0.1.
Wow.
And then I had to work.
See, he's
and work just
and don't
screwed
believe
it
a
up.
word he says. He's a sandbagging fool.
Yeah.
He won't give me any strokes. He keeps going according to the math, and then he does something no one understands in math.
What are you at, Riggle? What's your index at right
9.1.
But he
now?
wants 6
We're
aside.
close. I'm at 9.0 right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
you and I.
I went up a little bit this summer. I had a couple bad, which is fine. Deserve it. I'm a 9.
9 is fantastic. Single digits is fantastic.
It is. It's awesome. You hit great shots.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, speaking of this, I was up at the Monterey Peninsula Country Club.
Here we go.
I played there. Nice, real nice.
So nice.
Yeah.
Guess what? Hole number 3, 145 yards, par 3. It looks like it's downhill. Oh, yeah. Uno. I got my first one my entire life. I've been waiting my whole life.
Congrats on that.
And I want to talk about, if I can, I just want to share this with you because I think you'll appreciate
Is this
it.
about your hole in one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's also about my year.
I'm sorry. Is this entire episode about your hole in one?
If you don't mind, I'd love to discuss it
Let's walk us through it.
in detail. Do you have a minute?
I mean,
Will?
I guess I do.
Thank you so much. God, there's one thing I told Darren. I was like, you know what? Will's going to appreciate this.
He did say that.
Will's going to love this. I'm going to tell, and I'm just like, I'm not going to hold back either. I'm going to tell Will everything.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you everything.
Start at the beginning.
Oh my God, it was a beautiful day. Probably in the 70s. Well, you know what? I'm not. You know what? I'm going to truncate it.
I was
man.
so
You know
with
what?
you.
I'm going to go further back. That's so. By the way, I'm so happy for you. I've never hit a hole in one.
Neither have I.
I never thought it would happen, and when it does, it is as shocking as you think it would be.
Oh,
Do
God.
you want to hear the greatest hole in one story of all time?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is a true story, verified by somebody who is there. I had heard it through somebody.
Yeah.
And then it was verified by another person who was there. I can't name the golf course.
Understood.
It's too
Prestigious.
well, yeah, and it's just I don't want to draw attention, but there's
Got
a golf course where they had a member guest.
Okay.
And par 3, and you're hitting up, you can't see the green, and you can every once in a while, from depending on where the tees are, you can see a bit of the flag, but it's tough to see because it's kind of up over a hill. Wild, great hole, beautiful, beautiful course. Member guest, the guest they all hit up there, and they all think that they're on, and it's hard to know. They get up there, and 3 of the balls are on. One of the members and his guest, the other member, but the 4th person, the guest, the other guy's I can't find his ball. Looking around. So he goes looking around the green, and he's in the deeper grass, in the deeper stuff. He says, I guess he just drops one. He goes, got it.
No way.
Right? So he chips up. He drops the ball. Cheats, right? Drops, hits his ball. They get up onto the green. Caddy goes to take the flag out of the cup.
I'm so uncomfortable.
His ball is in the cup.
I'm so uncomfortable, dude.
No.
He had hit a hole in one.
Oh my God.
So he immediately. I had heard originally he was escorted off. Apparently, he did not say a word. Grabbed his bag, walked off the course.
That's the only move you can make.
I think that's
it.
the only. I think you're right.
Is that the greatest? And it's a verifiable true story. A, B. The sort of the footnote to that is, to me, what's interesting is, hey man, ever hit a hole in one? I have. It doesn't paint me the best light.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard that story.
But talk about getting pinched in the worst way possible. I mean, that's because.
Really?
Where was he that night? Cut to an hour or two later. He's at a bar. I know he's at a bar.
Yep.
And he's swishing around a drink. He doesn't have it. He's by himself at the bar, and he's trying to process it all, and he's trying to figure out how he's going to tell anybody this story.
You can't.
Well, the other thing I heard was, according to somebody who knew him, who not only verified the story, but a lot of elements of it while I was there at that place, at that course. They said it couldn't have happened to a douchier guy.
Oh my!
So that's what makes it. You know what I mean? You're like,
That's
okay.
the saving grace in the story.
Okay.
And obviously, anybody who would cheat like that is not a good person.
That is so dirty.
Anybody
But I will
cheats
say this though, for it happened to a douchey guy. It sounds like, but that might have been the moment in his life when he redeemed himself, or because he picking up his ball and walking off the course, not saying a word, is a moment where he probably got real clarity. That was his moment of clarity.
I wonder, or he got into his convertible Jaguar and fucking blasted the tunes and gave a big finger on his.
Yes. Steering with his knee, double fingers.
Yeah, and went straight to the strip club.
And fishtailed it out of there straight with a fistful of ones.
Yeah, just
Dude.
You know.
Yeah, and when he walked into the strip club, everybody knew his name.
Oh no! Everybody knew his name. They came over 7 and 7 right away.
Slid across to him.
What took you so long?
Yeah.
You know?
I think I prefer that side, actually. I prefer that.
I can't believe that story.
vision.
I mean, I can. It's unbelievable, dude. The shame he must have. He just been. I'm a dick. I'm just a dick.
I don't think he did. I think maybe if he is a douche, maybe he was like he just knew he was pinched, and
You got to know you're a dick at that point.
yeah,
You got to.
yeah.
You
Well,
get
and
what?
of all the rounds to keep it together, member guest, you're being profiled. You're skylined.
Yep.
You can't Mickey Mouse with that.
God, dude, that's so gross.
Yeah.
So do you get out and play? Do you have a steady group? Do you play with? Do you play with Bateman? Do you play with? Because those commercials you did for the Open were awesome.
They were great.
Yeah. Thank you. We do play a lot together. And he's been on hiatus because he's been working on his show, so he hasn't been playing for a few months. But I definitely play with him more than anybody else. But then I got a couple other good buddies that we are in a tight rotation on,
Yeah.
and that we play all the time.
Yeah. Love
Yeah,
that.
And,
That's so fun.
It's the best. And I was on the East Coast all summer, and I got back this morning because we got kids are going back to school and stuff, and woke up real early, and I was like, oh, everybody's still sleeping. And I had some stuff to do, and I was like, hey, I'll just sneak out for 40 minutes of hitting balls.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
We live out here in Westlake, and there's a golf course right by the highway. And every time I'm like, if I'm coming home or whatever, I'll say I think I can squeeze in a quick bucket, just a quick bucket. I won't even put on my shoes. Like I'll just keep wearing the tennis shoes I got, and because I just want to work on a chip in. I want just a quick bucket. Quick bucket.
Let me ask you, quick bucket is good. First of all, I'm so with you. Boy, I was not hitting the ball well today, but it's okay. I knew to just step up the gas and walk away and come back tomorrow. But it was but that I've always thought that course that's right there, right off the 101 there,
Westlake.
right?
Yeah, right.
Is that where George Gankis hits?
Yep.
Yes,
It is that range.
That's the range. That's the range.
Because anytime I watch his videos, I'm like, okay.
That's the range. That's the range. I've seen him out there.
He teaches on the right side of the range.
Yeah.
I mean, that is some that's some detective work.
Yes,
Very
that
good.
was good.
Very good.
You know what helped me? You know what helped me make that deduction?
The Allen wrenches.
Well,
The mini Allen wrenches.
he's the timekeeper.
Yeah, well, he knows what's up. He fixes mics, he fixes watches, and he knows where George teaches.
So if you had to give, like, we know you're the timekeeper, but Sean and Jason, what would their be super character names be? Do you have any? Have they alluded to it at all, or have they indicated that They,
What was yours? Night Shadow?
Mine's Night Shadow.
You're the Night Shadow?
Yeah.
What is that?
I blend into the shadows at night. I'm at my best at night.
Okay.
What's your move? Show you. Let's go. It's a great move. Yeah. It's awesome.
That's great. Darren, you got one?
Yeah. I don't like to announce it, but it's Hot Rocker. And
what is your?
I just fill in when there's music being played, and I will, like, if there's a street performer, I'll roll in and I can inhabit the street performer. and just rip.
Like Ghost?
Yeah, and sort of like
So
Patrick Swayze.
you jump in their body?
I am rock and roll Patrick Swayze.
So you jump in performers' bodies and you
Yes.
help them?
Yes,
you make
I do.
them tear, like just one single tear running down their cheek too.
But it's a slow tear. It's never a fast one that drops. It's always, you know what I mean?
That's an amazing power.
So I would say that the boys. I don't know. There's
tough.
rumor. I can't confirm this.
Yeah,
right?
of course. This is all,
Yeah.
none of this is official.
That JB is known in some realm, or I don't know, as the seat filler. And
Okay.
not just one, but he can fill like in an audience. If
He can multiply.
if people get up to use the
Yeah.
restroom
That's-
or get a drink or whatever at an event, he can multiply and
fill out an arena almost.
fill
He's
out
got
it.
that. Wow.
That's heavy.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's
Which is really, it's useful, especially if you're in events. If
It's
you're
so useful.
yeah.
It's
in
almost,
this town.
Yeah.
In this town.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hot commodity.
And Sean is obviously the trash man.
Yeah. That's
And what he does is he always can, no matter where he figures out where the trash is. Because you're sometimes like, hey, where's your trash?
Yeah.
It's like,
Right. I did that
left.
today.
Yeah.
I could have used Sean
I'm not
today.
even
You don't need
kidding.
to tell him.
I had a Kit Kat wrapper and I couldn't find it. I just threw it at the wall. Literally, it's right over there. Yeah. So that's amazing.
And he
Could
can
he-
find
Anywhere.
That's-
That's so cool. But these are unofficial, obviously. These are unofficial.
I can this is what I've heard. You know what I mean?
Of course.
This would make the best movie in the Marvel universe. All of these superheroes.
Your lips to God's ears.
You know what I'm saying?
Finally, a good one.
Yeah. Right. Oh. Speaking of Marvel and good ones, fellow countryman Canadian Ryan Reynolds, he's got that cinema feature out this summer. It seemed to be doing very well.
It's good to see old Brian Reynolds do well.
Yeah.
B-Ren?
B-Ren? I think it's
Yeah.
Ryan, though, just Ryan.
I'm saying Brian.
Yeah, no, but I think it's just Ryan Reynolds. Am I wrong? I can
I
look
don't-
it up.
You're very correct. It's Brian Reynolds.
Okay. Well, but he's a Canadian. He's a
Yes.
Canadian. There's a lot of great Canadians. Do people do they give you a hard time? Do they want to fight you? What do you pick up when you announce that because I assume you announce you're Canadian when you come into places.
I generally have somebody come. You know how when they used to, like a king used to come and they have the guy. Yeah, and I have a guy who does that.
You have your own trumpeter? That's fantastic.
And he comes out and he's always like, "Look out, eh? Here he go."
Hey.
So he's had some Molson Goldens already.
Boy, fuck, he's had a few, eh? He might have had north of 16, 17 beer, you know?
Beer.
Yeah. he's had a few for sure, eh, bud? Yeah, he's been putting them back since probably like 11 a.m., you know?
But that's great, though, that you have a caller like that.
Yeah.
Hey, but
To answer your question, yes, it instantly leads to fights.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Canadians are so nice and so polite, but if you talk smack on the hockey or the beer, generally that you got a problem on your hands.
But they fight and then they make up and have a beer right after.
They do make up
That's the
fast.
thing.
That's what I appreciate about them.
It's fight and then toast.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But
It's almost like one big rugby team up there.
a lot of communities, we used to joke when we were, teenagers, like a lot of places across Canada on Saturday night, it's fuck or fight, right? Like that's just. By the way, it reminds me. I remember Galifianakis told me years ago. I've never really followed it, but he true story. He told me that he used to when he was in England making a movie. He was in like. It was like a submarine movie. Do you know that? Like before, like a series with McConaughey. Didn't McConaughey make?
Oh, he did.
Yes.
Was it like U-57 or something?
I think Galifianakis was in that.
What?
I'm pretty sure we can. Let's not look it up. Let's not look it up.
I'm going to take your word. Let's just do that.
Don't look it up.
Let's just go old school. Like
Yeah.
stop looking stuff up.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm done looking at
Right?
it.
And he claimed that he'd be in England and he had like a beard and his sort of red sort of hair, and that people would want to fight him all the time in pubs.
Really?
Was it a
Out of
ginger
the-
thing? Like they have a problem with gingers, or
I guess he couldn't really explain it. That out of the blue, people would just come up and be like, "Hey, what are you looking at?" And he's like, "I'm not looking at anything."
the wall? I'm minding my own business.
And they'd want to go. Wow, amazing, huh?
Maybe it's just his face.
Maybe it's just the face. Darren's got a face like that.
I have a face. You want to fight?
Yeah,
Is that true?
yeah. Everybody wants to fight. I've never met anybody.
Look,
You fight a lot? Have you had a lot of fights in your life, Darren?
I haven't had a lot of fights. I've had enough fights to not fight anymore, but I haven't had a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob, you doing a lot of fighting in your life?
I try to avoid them as much as possible. I've had a couple. I got suspended one time from school for fighting.
You did?
Yeah, I was on the losing end of that one,
Yeah, and a suspension.
and the suspension that
God.
didn't go well.
You didn't fight well enough. You can't stay in school.
He was a big dude.
What was his name?
Tony
Tony what?
Aguirre.
Oh, T.A. Gotcha.
Remember much?
He flattened my nose. I remember it pretty well.
Oh,
How about you, Will? Do you fight?
no. And I've been in a couple. I think I barely won one, and every other time I got. You know what I hate more than anything is getting punched in the face.
It's
Yeah,
the worst.
It's not fun.
It sucks, and
It sucks.
it really sucks. And I've been punched in the face a few times, and I've been generally smart enough to try to get out of it. But
Yes.
it has happened a couple times, and only one time did I make it out okay.
Yeah. Well,
It was
that's. I
the last
think
one.
that's
It was the last one too.
really
Yeah, I was 21. That was the last time I got into fisticuffs.
Oh, you mic dropped.
Good.
He's out
And
on
I'm
top.
back up. But
Good.
yeah, luckily nobody else was able to look at my record because I was like 1-4. But hey,
Hey, that's good. That's good.
Not
Speaking last thing Canadian, and I'll leave the Canadian thing alone, but because I am curious, because Canadians are nice and Will is very nice, and it all makes sense. But do you follow Canadian football? Are you a CFL guy, and who's your team?
I don't really. I mean, I guess I'd have to say I'm an Argos fan, an Argonauts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Argos, which is our.
Is that the one John Candy owned or was
Yes,
part owner in
yes.
for a while? Yeah.
with Gretz and
Yeah.
and the guy, the coin collector guy who ended up. I think he went to prison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coins is a tricky business. That's a tricky business.
Bruce McNall, I think was the guy's name, and they drafted Rocket Ishmael. Right, he went up and played for them
Yeah.
at that time, and that guy, I think that guy owned the L.A. Kings too. the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
dude,
Bruce McNall.
Bruce McNall, and then it turned out he got into some trouble for some financial irregularities.
That can happen when you play big leagues. When you play in the big leagues.
Yeah.
That can happen.
Yeah.
So I'm not really. I don't follow CFL football, but I understand. You know, sometimes you'll catch it a little bit down here.
Yeah.
And
Well, especially because they start early, and so the seasons are kind of, they are
sort of staggered, a little bit.
which is
Yeah.
nice. It's nice.
And it's fun. Sometimes it can be real high octane because they get a running start.
They do.
These guys are flying
Yeah.
when the ball snapped.
And
They're
the field's a little bigger. It feels.
a little bit wider and a little bit
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah. So it's wide open spaces. It's kind of like Canada itself. It's like wide open spaces. There's a
Thank
lot of room for action. A lot of room for action out there.
Yeah. Well, now, and my real sport that I'm obviously I'm a massive hockey fan. I'm a massive
Yes.
Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Just
Yes.
crazy. That's my always have been my team, and I just love them. And so that's there.
Do you get up for games? Do you get up for games?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Same. Like I'm a Chiefs fan, so I get back to Arrowhead at least once a year, at least because it's not just to see them on the road. That's one thing. I like to be at Arrowhead. I like to be at home to see them. You
Like
know?
to be with your peeps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went a couple times last year. I usually go a couple times a year. I went a couple times last year. I was there for the All-Star game. I got to participate in that.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was in Toronto,
Yes.
which was rad, and it was awesome, and got to be a sort of a co-captain, if you will, because they used the term celebrity very loosely and applied it to me, and I got to do it with Connor McDavid. I got to be with. He's an unbelievable talent. So that was really cool. But my other sport that I've become a massive fan of in the last 10 years is what we call football, what y'all call soccer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your team?
Liverpool.
Oh.
Hey, you and I are the same.
Really?
I didn't know.
You like Liverpool?
You never walk alone, brother.
You never
This
walk
is
alone.
this is so fun. This is so great. You know how I came to be a Liverpool fan? I shared an office for 3 years with John Oliver.
There you go. Yes, I've talked about it with John.
And
before.
I didn't have a choice. He got to America. He didn't know jack squat. I said, "Welcome to the Chiefs." He rejected it and went New York Giants. I said, his mistake. He has to live with that now.
Yeah.
But I accepted his tutelage on Premier League. I didn't know jack squat, and he said, "Well, maybe you should give Liverpool a look," and I did, and I got on board.
It's a tremendous organization, and I had a similar experience, which was my writing partner, this guy Mark Chappell, aka Chappie, obviously Matt Ups. He and I, he was all Liverpool, and he turned me onto it, and then he sort of educated me on the sport in general.
Same.
And I got so like now I'll go to Liverpool a couple times a year for
Oh
games.
wow,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. And I got to
It's
go
called Anfield, right?
to Anfield. It's incredible.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The people of Liverpool are unbelievable. The fans are incredible. The experience is amazing. And I actually have some friends who are I've become friends with a bunch of people in the organization. Last year, I got to go and spend some time with Jurgen Klopp a couple times.
Wow.
Before he retired. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty special, man. I mean,
Was he
so
super cool?
he's the coolest person you've ever met.
I believe it. I believe it.
That's
I
it.
love that. Darren's a big soccer guy. He loves soccer. He's been playing his whole life.
I believe it. Yeah, it's a great
So
game.
he knows the world inside out.
Do you follow any Premier League teams? Or
Lately, I haven't. I mean, I am my dad. My dad's from Brighton. My grandfather's from London. So it's Tottenham has been the team in the family.
Yeah.
So I'm Tottenham by blood, I guess. Fan by blood.
Right.
And I played since I was a kid. Played all through high school, and then got turned on to other things after high school. But it's
What
an
does that
awesome
mean?
game. Well, I did a lot of drugs. And I got into music.
Guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Drugs and music.
Sorry.
Drugs and music. for
It
me.
was super fun.
It's more than
It was super fun.
it's more than music that I have a problem with.
I understand. But
But my son is into. Sorry. Go. I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
I was just gonna say.
go. Yeah.
When you don't know how soccer is played and flows, you watch it, you go, what are these guys doing? They're kicking a ball. But when you understand it and you get into it and you can appreciate the movement off the ball and all of those things, the strategy and the flow, and it is a beautiful game. That's why it's called a beautiful game.
So I was in Europe this summer, and the European Cup was going on. Right.
Yep. I'm looking.
And-
So I'm listening to you because I wanted to say something, but keep going.
But I was watching that. Watching the European Cup this summer while I was over there was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And going to the pubs and having beers and watching. And I was in Poland when Poland was playing, Austria.
I was in Germany when Germany was playing.
See, and it's so fun.
It's insane.
It's electric, man. It's electric.
Yeah.
And my son now has adopted Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich?
Bayern Munich.
Yep.
That's his team. He is totally into them
That's
now.
awesome.
So
That's a good squad. Bayern's a great outfit. And they got Harry Kane, who came from Tottenham.
yeah.
Amazing player.
Amazing player, captain of England, great player. Look at something I wanted to show you. It's about Tottenham. I don't want to start a fight.
Well, we agree. I thought we were done fighting.
No, I do.
Well, I mean, but please, you have to say what you got to say.
Yeah.
Say it.
I've got. Where the fuck is this thing? God, I got so many.
Are you looking for a picture?
It's not a picture. It's a phrase. And by the way, I shouldn't be, because I know that once I say it, I'm like, well, why did I look for this? This is just not the right.
It's so building up right now. It's great.
Oh, here it is. It's a thing it's a classic chant that they often say at football matches in the Premier League, especially at places like Chelsea when they're playing
Tottenham.
Tottenham in a London derby. They say, yeah. My old man said to be a Tottenham fan. I said, fuck off, bollocks, you're a cunt. That's it.
I appreciate it.
It's so to the point.
It's so not fucking around.
It's
My old man said to be a Tottenham fan. I said, fuck off, bollocks, you're a cunt.
and they sing it with such passion.
That's
They
Glee. I
I
mean,
had John Oliver taught me one from. It had something to do with the opposite team's manager, and
Yeah.
they sing. I think they sing it to every manager that comes in. It's not just. So it was, bag of sweets, cheeky smile. So and so is a pedophile, and they just keep going on.
Oh.
And it goes on from there. But whoever the managers that they plug in, a lot of this is plug and play.
a lot of it is plug and play for sure.
Oh, wow.
But it's but that makes it a lot of fun too. It makes it a lot of fun. We don't sing at Chiefs games. We don't sing. I love to sing.
You
at
should
Chiefs
start that
games.
chant.
It's the best. And when you're at Anfield and everybody's singing "You Never Walk Alone," and I had the great fortune of sitting with a couple of times and sitting and talking after the game with, and then sitting at the last match I was there in May for Jurgen Klopp's second last game, and I was sitting with and right in front of Sir Kenneth Dalglish, who's an absolute legendary player and manager and just unbelievable. Just a prince of a gentleman and just everything, right? He's got it all. And he's there and he's been involved with Liverpool and football for forever. He's quite literally Sir Kenneth Dalglish.
Yeah.
And they're playing You Never Walk Alone right before the match. Actually, they're playing Tottenham. Playing them right before the match. And right as everybody's coming out. And I turn around, he's right behind me with his wife. And they've heard it 3,000 times?
Yeah.
Over the
Easy.
course. She's dabbing her eyes.
I was going to ask you.
Wow.
I was going to ask you if you got choked up
Of course I did.
because it's heavy. It's actually like really heavy duty.
100% I got choked up.
Wow.
Every time I go there, they play it, I get choked up. Hearing the power of everybody singing it,
Yeah, it's emotional, huh?
That's
it's
awesome.
really, really emotional.
You sold me on it way better than John Oliver did. I want to go. I want to go.
Yeah. Oh no, John Oliver is a fool. This guy, we've been in a feud. He and I have been in a feud for a long time.
I didn't want to bring. I hesitated to bring up his name because I know it's almost
Let me get to
blood feud.
You guys tell me.
Yeah.
I said at one time, I said to him, "Have you got it?" I said, "Have you got a 20?" He gives me $20.
Yeah.
He says that I now owe him $20. I said, "Have you got a 20?" He gave. I didn't say, "Can I borrow it?"
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Technically, you don't know it.
So now in his mind, I stiffed him.
Yeah.
And in my mind,
His
I
warped.
asked for it and you gave it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
The language is clear. The language is clear on this, and his warped mind twisted that around.
I agree. His work, and I don't want to. I'm not going to bring up January 6th, but to me, if you draw, I wish you would just listen to what I'm trying to draw.
Yeah. No. Listen, you don't have to say any more because I'm right there with you. I think we get it. We understand.
Okay.
And I think everybody at home.
Yeah.
You get
everybody
it.
at home understands.
You guys get it for sure.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, and I know this guy. Gets it.
Yeah.
So, Will, thank you for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. It's so
That's fun.
I love seeing you. I love hearing everything you say. I love doing bits with you. Everything you do to me is solid gold. So, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you, brother. Oh my God, this is so much fun hanging with you guys. Honestly, what an absolute delight. I'm sorry I'm such a jackass.
No, please. I know you've got so much work to do. It looks like you're monitoring the Middle East and the Sea
You're
of
busy.
China, and you've got so much on your plate.
Barely. I got him on a soft. I'm barely monitoring the Middle East right now. It's quiet. It's quiet. It's quiet.
It's quiet.
But
I don't know if it's quiet.
It doesn't seem quiet.
Please keep watching because I think maybe you're missing. Anyway, enough of that. But I hope you survive the Armageddon. Not
Thank
saying
you.
it's going to happen, but if it does, it looks like you're set. So, and
Let's
God
go
bless
golf.
You. Yeah, let's go golf.
Let's go golf.
Let's do that.
by the way, let's golf.
Let's golf.
Can we do that?
I would absolutely love to.
Okay, I'm gonna text you, Riggle, and then we're gonna play golf.
I dig it.
I'm going out of town for 2 or 3 days.
Yep.
For the rest of this week, I'm for real. I'm gonna text you next
Oh, I
week.
love that. If you text, we'll play golf. I would love to do it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And we'll get Darren. You're coming join us. And
We can even do a 2-on-2
I'd
thing
love
with
it.
you and JB if you want.
He's not back yet. And he's not playing, but I got somebody
You got
else.
another guy?
I got another guy.
Okay.
And we'll maybe we'll get Willie F out. Oh, yeah. Get him to come play. But you're gonna give Darren, you're giving me.
I'll give you 2 aside.
See, you see what I'm saying? You see how stingy he
I'm a
is?
5'3" and you're a 9. It's
He's
a
a
4
stingy-
difference of 4.
He's a stingy with the strokes, man.
Whoa!
Exactly.
Are you
Thank
giving me puffy cheeks?
Thank you.
I'm
Yes.
getting puffy cheeks.
Yes, you are. Because it's bullshit, man. You play this. See, I'm
Kinda-
I'm validated.
What
I'm
kind
validated.
of math are you doing?
I'm validated. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you so much.
Be
Peace
well.
out. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
How awesome is Will?
He's the awesomest.
I mean, I really dig him. I've always respected him.
I'll tell you, this was the first time I met him.
Oh yeah.
His brain is Olympic caliber speed.
I know.
Like, it's crazy.
Do you know why? And I think I know what you're alluding to. It's obviously he's a very smart guy, but I'm talking about the way he slides into a bit. You don't know you're in the bit until about a sentence or two, and then you're like, "Oh, we're doing a bit."
No, it's the
That's how
quickness.
dry. That's how dry and subtle. He's so subtle. That's why I love doing bits with him, because I love all of a sudden we're in a bit.
It's he's a sneaky bit.
Yeah.
Sneaky bit guy. Like he's quick and clever. Yeah. And then what I really loved about it, honestly, is after talking for a while, the bits went away for a moment, and we had real connect and real talked about real stuff. And he's just, dude, what a class act. What an awesome dude.
So Claire, is he considered one of Canada's bright shining stars?
Yep.
Is he? I don't know. What's the son of Canada? Like,
Ooh.
That is what we call him. Yeah.
Is he a prince? Like a
is
Canadian
he a prince?
prince?
They have royalty.
Yeah.
I know they don't.
Ryan Reynolds.
Everybody's about to write in. I guess
Just say it. Own it.
they're gonna write in. There's no royalty there.
There is, though. There is royalty.
I'm going to do a bit. I'm going to talk about how there is royalty in Canada.
Yeah.
Just to upset all the people that are home going, that's not how it works. That's not what's going on.
Dude, I got to tell you, I did write down a phrase from our chat.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you off camera because it is a game show and it's awesome.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Before we even get there, trademark, copyright Rob Riggle.
Yeah, I haven't even said it yet.
Claire, is there anything else we need to do before we wrap it up today?
Nope, that's it.
Brother, another great show.
It's always great being with you, dude.
Yeah, it's great being with you.
Thank you.
Give me those knuckles.
All right.
And thanks. I want to thank Will Arnett for joining us.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. So much in common. Golf. So Liverpool.
Dude, you guys
comedy.
are weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. We should be
Siamese twins?
we should be running the streets. We should be running the streets.
Well, you're Night Shadow.
Like a pack of dogs. I am Night Shadow.
What was his name again?
We didn't get to him.
Oh, we
Remember,
didn't.
he dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
We let him off the hook. But that's okay. That gives us something to talk about next time.
Yeah, we got trash can on the seat filler, though. Oh, trash man.
I know.
Okay.
Just put him on the spot. All right. Thanks for joining us.
Fair.
I'm Rob Riggle.
I'm Darren Leader.
Thanks for joining us for Riggle's Picks.
On Riggle